I'm furious at Trump's unprecedented purge of 800 government workers after uncovering sick thing they all did. This is incredible. Ever since Trump took office, his love and appreciation for our military personnel has been on full display. A drastic change from Obama, who reduced our Marines to his umbrella holders, personal servant boys, after Obama ran on the promise to fix the VA, then went on to let a vast number of our veterans die waiting on care. President Trump is finally stepping in to fix the VA once and for all. And what just took place at the White House overnight for those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom is putting a giant smile on the faces of our veterans while making Hussein Obama look like an even bigger jerk, if that's even possible. Obama's nasty treatment towards our military was outrageous. Not only did he change our military, ROE rules of engagement, making it virtually impossible for our soldiers to defend themselves against the enemy, but he gutted our military to pre-war World War II capabilities as well. Add treason on top of his antics, where he emptied out Gitmo and put our biggest enemies of Iran on a path to nuclear weapon, and it's plain to see why most veterans want to punch through a wall anytime they see Obama's smug mug appear on television. One of Obama's biggest slap in the face to our veterans came after he promised to fix the VA, only to let things get drastically worse for our veterans. Throughout 8 years of Hussein Obama's regime, hundreds of thousands of veterans would go on to be forgotten, dying while waiting to be treated at VA hospitals across the nation. He had no respect for our troops, absolutely. But thank our lucky stars that we finally have a commander-in-chief who gives a flying crap about our veterans and isn't in bed with Muslim terrorists. President Trump is not only fixing the VA that Obama failed to do, but is making Obama's corrupt VA officials pay the ultimate price for their negligence. In a clean sweep that happened in the overnight hours, it's been being reported that 500 VA employees have just been terminated and an additional 200 have been suspended for their shady conduct, the Gateway Pundit reported. The Department of Veterans made public a list of employee terminations, demotions, and suspensions. It has expressed that this list be updated weekly in an effort to add more transparency to the department following Congress's push to increase the scope of power by the VA secretary. President Trump expressed his frustration with the VA back on the campaign trail, stating that the VA was probably the most incompetently run agency in the United States. The bulk of firings were directed at lower-level VA workers such as housekeepers, food service workers, after learning that initial oversight was not implemented. Many of these employees were discovered to be felons, sex offenders, or generally incompetent. This has led to poor care and at times death from neglect for our veterans. VA Secretary David Shulkin said in a written statement that he is doing everything to hold the VA employees accountable and will now make the actions of all employees transparent to taxpayers as they have the right to know what is going on. The Stars and Stripes reports that a list was posted online over the weekend containing the date and type of disciplinary action for the 800 employees that President Trump is cracking down on. Stars and Stripes reported that the veterans and taxpayers have a right to know what we're doing and hold the employees accountable to make our personnel actions transparent. Okay, so the list posted on Friday. This is an old article, even though it's dated for today. But again, it all stems back to Obama not taking care of the vets paying illegals an exorbitant amount of money after taking them in, have no allegiance to this country because he wasn't working for this country. He was being paid off by the Saudis, the Saudi prince. How did he get to college? I found out today that the Saudi prince or whatever, Abdullah Weed or something, paid his college. So how did nobody get to be in power? Because he's actually a Muslim. That's why. And they paid to put him on as president. That's why our government has been infiltrated to the extreme. And we put this traitor in charge of our government, and look what Trump has to clean up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.